Okay, so I have a new idea here. Well, it just formed into a new idea because I love movies. Who doesn't love movies? You know, movies are great. Hollywood, I love you. I mean, we grew up with them, and they really paved the future for who we become. Maybe that's a crazy theory that I could get into more later. More if you've been following a little bit on celebrity theory, Catholicism, or religion and faith, and God and the divine, and idolatry. Because sometimes we idolize people that look really good or cool on in movies, okay? And that when you idolize these people, it becomes a major problem. So this is going to be movie theory, maybe, or movie psychology, a new playlist. But I guess I'll put this one's going to be called Movie Psychology, Goodfellas, Bailout Scene with the mother and Karen and Henry. But it's a new segment, so it's basically movies. And we'll start with movie psychology. I'll title them as I go along. If you want thumbnails, inspire me or pray, if you want that, I'll feel it. Here we go. Let's get started here. This is going to be 01 Movie Psychology of Goodfellas Out All Night Scene. I originally tried the Bailout Scene, but this is this one that comes up here. Here we go.
He didn't call?
He's with his friends.
What kind of a person doesn't call?
Ma, he's a grown-up. He doesn't have to call every 5 minutes.
If he was such a grown-up, why doesn't he get you to an apartment?
I don't...
Okay, I'm going to stop it there because that's where I sniffed a little bit, honestly. That upset me as a man a little bit. So I can only relay myself here. Now, in this movie, there is Karen is Jewish, who is the young lady reading the paper. And that's her mother and her father, who are also Jewish. Henry is, we assume, a non-practicing Catholic or Italian man. And they meet, and it causes a lot of trouble. This is really the whole, how the movie, it's got a lot of themes. As the Bible says you really shouldn't mix different faiths. It actually says that together in marriage. They should become one faith. And I believe that. This is where the problem comes in here in the movie, and they're relaying it. Now, I would assume that Hollywood and 20th Century Fox, I forget who actually produced this, allowed this film to be made, was a step ahead of the game. We hope, at least. So, or maybe the term psychological thriller, on another note, is something we should think about more often. Because that's what movies are. When, you watch movies sometimes, or I've watched movies that could, if you can't handle the rated R logo, which is something I should really take note of. I'm sorry, I gotta watch that. The themes are so heavy, and this is a lesson to me. I'm sorry, Lord. Take it more easy with the people that are watching, unless they really might need it. Don't watch, parental guidance, all that stuff. So the R rating varies in extremities. And in Goodfellas, it's very psychological. However, as a kid watching this, I idolized the gangsters, okay? And this could run into adulthood, where you think it's okay to, furthermore, let's continue here, this sort of behavior. You have a beautiful young woman. Karen is absolutely gorgeous here, attractive, beautiful, immature, I would say, and naive. But why is she reading a book with her parents alone when she's married? And Henry is out drinking with his friends. They both have some serious issues. Henry more so, it seems. And it seems Karen doesn't listen to her parents at all. And maybe her father, keep going, could step in a little bit more, as the mother seems to be doing a lot of the work. But that's too deep-rooted. Let's continue.
Don't start, Mom. You're the one who wanted us here.
Listen, you're here a month, and sometimes I know he doesn't come home at all. What kind of people are these?
Mom, what do you want me to...
Okay, now let's talk about what kind of people are these. And I remember still saying about the apartment thing, why didn't he get you an apartment? They are married, and yes, it made me sniff a little bit because I live with my mother, right? It makes you wonder, well, why isn't this guy married? Why doesn't he get out? Because, well, of my issues in the past, of course, which, I am responsible for at the end of the day. But people could help too. They could assist you as well, and vice versa. Family is a team, okay? This family is automatically off to a terrible fucking start here. The mother's about to have a heart attack. The wife is she just doesn't look happy at all. She's reading a magazine, you would figure it's a Saturday night or something. And these problems happen, of course, I'm sure. Right? But let's continue here. I'm sure it's only if anybody's really interested. And it's a little bit of idolatry too.
Do what?
How bad that is.
Do? He's not Jewish.
Commandment number
Did you know
1.
how these people live? Did you know what they were like? Your father never stayed.
Oh, that's where I wanted to stop. Now, she's racist, the mother, in my opinion. She's Jewish and she's totally bashing Italian people. And this is where we, Jewish people, and not Italian people, but Catholic people kind of go to war. Italian people, Catholic, Irish people, whatever, go to war. And because of reasons like this. But once again, you shouldn't be... why are you on the Jewish turf? You know, why are you on the Jewish turf trying to date this Jewish woman? Why didn't you meet someone else? And it's not to say that it's wrong or Henry's out of his league or wrong. He just didn't earn the love of the Jewish woman and become Jewish himself, which is probably how it should work if the woman is Jewish. You should appease their family, right? Like how I love tacos. A little, yeah. Anyway, so maybe we can actually end the video there now. But if anybody else is interested, it ends a little violently. Yeah,
All night without calling?
Stay out? Daddy never went out?
She's naive. The father, there's a lot of issues going on there. Now it ends. Let me get to the ending here because I don't like the ending. And people think this is cool, especially men. Grown men that are really acting like children. And I've been one of these men too in my early 20s, I like to say, and I needed a lot of help from it. And it can be adjusted, I'd say. But once again, I could be totally dead wrong, which I don't think I am because look at Henry's reaction here. They're sleeping. She also mentions the father who has an ulcer. It looks like a joke. It's not a joke. The man's getting an ulcer. He's providing for you and your husband at this point. And she's embarrassed, Karen. Henry's drunk out of his mind. Stone drunk with his friends still hanging out when he has a beautiful wife. Now, how are you a man? If you're a man, right? Not that he looks like a man. He looks like a man because he is a grown man physically. But you have this beautiful wife who's not acting like a woman either because she's not respecting her mother at all. And the mother is a little crazy, but I lean towards the mother and the father here a lot. It's sad. So who's right here? I feel Karen's more right because she's actually at home at least, while Henry is the ultimate evil here. I mean, you're married. You're obviously shitting all over this beautiful young woman. You're taking advantage of the fact that these people might be Jewish. You think you're cooler than them or something like that. It's a power rush, I feel. That's what he's on.
Where have you been? We were worried to death. A married man does not stay out like this. Mom! Don't act like this!
Now, the whole neighborhood knows, you know.
What's wrong with you?
And that's the maniac laugh. So now you're just a nutshell.
She's
You know?
right. What's wrong with you, Henry? What kind of power?
It's too much power, you know. So if that was me as a kid, maybe you could get away with that. I mean, I don't know how the father of Karen is just. Makes you question: is he on drugs himself too? You know, not allow this to go on. Why doesn't he have any backup at all either? And that's why, you know, yeah, it's just interesting because these men have guns. It's dangerous, you know. But it just makes you wonder why is nobody supporting the father as well. It's interesting the whole thing, you know. But that's a bad marriage in a nutshell, and abuse of power. It seems I could go on. I'm sorry. The key messages here are I love you. Number one. Number two. I am the Lord your God. There are no other gods besides me, which is interesting. If you're Catholic, right? I hope I don't mess this up here. Because Jesus comes down and says he's the Son of God. But Jesus wouldn't have acted like that, okay? He wouldn't be laughing. He's doing to others. He wouldn't be stone cold drunk with a beautiful woman at home. It's un-Christ-like across the board. And it's a little racist on the Jewish part. The part side of the Jewish people as well. So it's very interesting. Wow, what you can see the trauma in me now watching this as a kid. How you think this is normal too. You know, you think getting bailed out of jail might impress someone. And it shrieks into older people, men in society. And then eventually the children become troubled as well. I don't know. I mean, I don't feel wrong on this at all. I love you, you know. So I think it's totally, you're idolizing that idea of this gangster. Rather than the glamorization of people, certain people in Hollywood that, do good things. Like, we don't, You could look up to somebody and be inspired by somebody and want to be like them, actually, because you're so inspired. Or on the flip side, you could get jealous and hate them. But you're idolizing a false god here because Henry is fucked up. He's evil, he's on drugs, and he has no heart.